This time of year, the holidays are behind us. We're looking ahead to a new year, New Year's resolutions. For many of you out there, that might include helping someone that you know and love, or maybe you yourself, kick an alcohol or drug addiction. We know it is very prevalent in this country. I think the good news might be that we no longer have to live in fear of admitting that we do have the problem. So CADAS is always very eager to step in and help people find the answers they're looking for. Knox Farmer joins us this morning. Good to see you.
Thank you, Julie.
I think it's a great thing that A, we can talk about this so openly now, and B, that when people turn to you at CADAS, they're coming to you knowing that y'all have got years and years of expertise behind you to know how to successfully get these people to victory in these addictions.
Well, thank you. It is a battle, and it is one that we wage war on daily, and we have been saving lives for a long time, and it does take a lot of work on both parties, both willing parties to want to change their lives.
So I'm curious about a few things. So let's talk about, first of all, what you do at CADAS. Many people might know about it loosely but not understand it completely. You really transition each step of the way for the people coming into your care. It's specifically, though, for drug and alcohol abuse. Does that include any kind of drug abuse?
That is correct. Yes. And a lot of people, I've met people that lived in Chattanooga for their whole lives, and they kind of go, what does CADAS stand for? And it's for Council for Alcohol and Drug Abuse Services, and we were founded in Chattanooga in 1964.
Okay, so someone comes into your care. I said at the beginning, maybe you know of somebody who needs the help and you want to be their advocate. Can it work that way, or does it have to be the individual client, if you will, coming to you?
No, we have a lot of advocates that call us and have a loved one or someone that they are serving, and they'll actually say, this person has help, they are willing to get help, and they can facilitate that with us, and we can make that transition smooth. We also can have someone that may be watching this, this show now and is needing help themselves, and they can call CADAS directly.
Okay, so when they come in, do they first have just a meeting with you and then you determine the appropriate course of action, or does everyone go through that detox program?
It varies for each situation. That individual would call and make an assessment, and some were assessment and admits, but they would come in and meet with an intake counselor. They would assess their situation, kind of level of care that they need. Some clients will need medical detox, some clients will not. Some clients will need just residential treatment, and others, depending on their situation, may just need intensive outpatient criteria as well. So it does vary.
What happens, you were telling me, is that in many cases they detox for those 5 to 10 days, and then they transition into a residential program that you have for a month or so, and then from there they move on. How closely are you then in touch with their families and their support system? Because it's a group effort to achieve this success.
Exactly. One of the things that we see in early recovery is it's so important to have support for those individuals that are going through this. So once they leave medical detox, if that's what they needed early on, they would go into residential. And from there, the family component starts coming into play. Once they start having a little early recovery and the skills to maybe kind of get through the fog a little bit, we start looking at them and their family unit collectively, and we start working for the inroad of what life is going to look like for them after residential. Are they going to go into our halfway house program? Are they going to go into a sober living apartment? Are they going to go back home? A lot of clients may have some charges pending, and that can bring anxiety. A lot of their family members have anxiety about some of the charges, or what life's going to be like when that individual leaves CADAS and comes back into their family unit. So we do work collectively. We
only have a couple of minutes left. Am I right in understanding that there's some belief now that that people can just be prone to these addictions? You can have 3 siblings and one of them might have something that just makes them predisposed to having this problem. It doesn't make it their choice necessarily. It's a disease.
Correct. It is a disease. It is no different than someone who becomes a diabetic, someone who has heart disease. There are some individuals who can be genetically predisposed for this disease. There are families out there, and you're correct, they may have 3 or 4 children, and maybe 1 or 2 of them develop the disease, and it sort of takes hold of that. A lot of precipitating factors can accelerate that disease, and that can be coping skills and trauma and stuff, and how they choose to reach out and deal with those problems throughout life can also speed up that process.
A minute left. Funding. Are people gonna have a sliding scale of how they pay? Is that determined when they come to meet with you?
We are a state grant funded facility, but we also accept all TennCare, we accept Better, we accept all commercial insurance as well, and self-pay. So if somebody comes in who doesn't have insurance, they would go through a process to be qualified for a state grant funded bed so that they can get help. But again, we do take and accept all spectrums of insurance.
Well, it's a great outreach that you have. Like I said, proven success. And thanks for bringing it to our attention this morning.
Thank you so much. Good to see you. Good
to see you too. If you feel that you or someone who you do know and love would benefit from the services there, the compassion and the support, please give them a call at CADAS. 756-7644 is their phone number. Online, it's cadas.org. As you heard Knox say, they will assess each person as the individual that they are before figuring out the right course of action for you. We're back after this.